Hi, I'm Lenny from Bullet and China Shop, and welcome back to the second part of our Bloodborne Let's Play. Now, if you watched the first part, then there's not much to say, so let's jump straight into this thing, bitch. God, these loading times. We're only just started, and I'm already realizing I'm going to hate the loading times again. Surgical long gloves. I think I've seen that fucking message so many times, it's ridiculous at this point. But it's still better than the original loading screen, which was just the game's name. For as long as it took to load, so this is an improvement. Now, as you can see, we're in the same spot that we ended last time, where just after killing the cleric beast, we've done our level ups, and we're just going to run straight onto the next spot. Now, I mentioned last time that we were going to go talk to an NPC, and we're going to take care of that now. We're going to run right out here. I do believe that, yeah, the giants respawn back to the Hunter's Dream. Where the lock-on console is. God damn it. Oh, there are some days that just works so well for me. Not a lot of them, I guarantee, but some of them. Oh, that worked well. So, if you guys don't remember what we did last week, we got about halfway through Central Yarnum. We finished off the Cleric Beast, which was the optional boss that jumped over that. You might remember the dude who masturbates left-handed, because that fucking guy's left arm was insane. But, yeah, so we're going to run through and try to grab the rest of Central Yarnum now. So we're done with these guys. We're going to take the shortcut that we used to get up here, bypassing the werewolves. Give me a sec, see if I can find... There it is. Let's see if... I thought one of those notes was stuck in there. I thought, oh, this is going to go really well. How the hell am I fucking So past those walls down there is where we're going to go after we talk to the NPC, but for now we're just going to focus on what we need to get done. So we're going to run down here, we'll take care of the guys hiding. No other reason for the XP would be pretty sweet. 742 a pop, yeah, that's not bad. That is one really good thing about the about a lot of the basic enemies. You can stun lock them with very basic attacks, and if you can get that stun lock going, then as long as you've got the stamina for it, you can basically one-row combo. Anyway, so we're down here. We're gonna run out this side now. There are two giants on the left. We're going to take care of those guys, mostly for the XP, but also because they drop a fair few blood vials. Now, our best bet is to take them one at a time. That's what we're going to try for. But that might not end up being the way. Yeah, it's not going to be the way this goes. Since I'm dealing with two of them, I'm going to take the lock on off for a second so I can reorient. Oh, I got lucky there. I got so fucking lucky there. Back off. I'm getting lucky because they're staying nice and close to each other, which is letting me hit them with those different attacks. Oh shit, that was good. Alright, as you might notice, I dropped a few blood vials. It's a nice way to pick those up. Now, this isn't where the NPC is, I'm just making a point. So this archway that I pointed out last time over here, this is our shortcut to basically the Father Gascoigne boss fight, and that's the first story boss fight that you're really going to have to get into. Now, I'm expecting that to be pretty fucking difficult this time. The last time I played, the first time I went through Bloodborne, I managed to get through that boss fight my first time. That's not a sign of skill, guys. I was just insanely lucky. Like, there was not much skill involved in that particular boss fight at all. It was mostly frantic dodging and praying that the guy wasn't going to land one of his many, many hard-hitting combos on my ass. Now, the NPC we're going to talk to, we're going to have to run down through here. We're going to meet another complete tosspot of a person hiding behind a door, but that's kind of fucking par for the course of the Yarmanites at this point, really, isn't it? Ah, fuck! What is that thing? There it is. Ow, ow, ow. I hate those things so fucking much. In retrospect, probably just shot the fucker and called it a day, but I never planned to do this once in my life. Still, gotta learn from your mistakes, right? Oh shit! I was really expecting them just to wander down the back near that item. So I was like, I got time, I'm relaxed. Oh, fuck me, no. Got some cold blood, dude. It's not really worth much to us at this point, but later on when we get like the bigger versions of it, they can be pretty handy. If it's your first time through, you really want to save those up. Now we're about to talk to a total toss pot. Now yeah, see, it starts nicely like that, but...
Well, if you hadn't have got off your arse, it wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah, see, there, they're right there.
You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what, Libby? Are you going to tell... Yeah, you're good for nothing. Go on. Admit it. Well, go and say.
I don't have to admit that I think you're mad. I fucking know you're insane, bitch. Anyway, moving on. So, there's a few things down here. We're going to be hitting one part of the sewers. It's definitely not the part we need, but we'll see a couple of new enemy types. Being the... Let's see, there should be one of them coming up the stairs right... Ah, that fucker right there. Now, as you can see, they're basically the same as we done before, but they'll do a bit more damage and get a bit more health. The ones with the swords and the they're not that difficult to take care of. To be honest with you, they're pretty straightforward. The ones you got to look out for are the ones with the spears, because they tend to have the more spastic attack pattern. Now, I've never actually gotten any items out of the barrel or anything, but I recommend smashing a lot of them, just because there's occasionally stuff hidden around them that you just don't see if they're in the way. Case in point this time is this hidden path over here. Now, you need to go up here to talk to this NPC and to trigger the store, and just trigger the side storage. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, as you can see, we've got a few items we're going to pick up while we're here, but we're going to focus on that NPC to start with. Partially because Elaine's awesome, and partially because I'm kind of ashamed to admit that I accidentally killed her. Yeah, it was certainly not my finest hour. For the record, I didn't kill her here. I killed her with the I killed her with Flat and Henrik. If you've gone through Bloodborne before, you know who that is, I suspect. But yeah, she got in the way of a couple of attacks. It just didn't end very well for anyone concerned. Anyway, Elaine, you can't target her, but she is one of the very few friendly NPCs who will help you out a little bit, and you'll help her out too.
Oh, what a mess you've been caught up in. Here, to welcome the new hunt. Prepare yours. There are no human. Still, Link, what's wrong? No matter. Without fear in our hearts. What are you? Enough a hunter?
Yeah, Elaine's pretty cool, but there's an ongoing quest chain with her which we won't be stepping back to for a fair while. I think the next part happens right after the Father, well, not right after, but you can access it after the Father Gascoigne boss fight. We won't be accessing that particular part of our quest chain directly after, because I've got some other stuff that needs doing first. One of them being that, fuck me. Thought I was gonna fall off there for a second. Now, that body's dropped all the way down there. I honestly don't know if we're gonna get that item back, because there's a big part of me that's just going, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with the fucking shit down there. But we'll drop them just in case. Anyway, so the bodies are down, we've got all our items. Now, as for how to get down, I've never really been able to find a ladder to climb, to be honest with you. I've looked around, but I've never really been able to find one. As far as I know, the only way to get back down is to pick your spot and drop. Now, it's not exactly the greatest thing in the world, but, you know, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna kill you. So picking your spot's pretty important. Now, over there, I know for a fact there was a dude, which is why I didn't drop. I don't think you can get a drop attack on him either, so there's not much point in dropping close. I know that we've taken out the dude around here, the guy who's near the stairs, so this is where I want to drop off personally. As you saw, that did a bit of damage. If you talk to Elaine on your first playthrough, the hunter chick from before, she'll also give you a gesture. If you guys don't know what gestures are, they're these things. I think it was that one, shake off K. they're not really worth all that much, but it's nice to have. The Bold Hunter's Mark she gave us is kind of important too. If you've ever played Dark Souls and you've seen the Homeward Bone, the Bold Hunter's Mark is basically the same thing. So a normal Hunter's Mark gets rid of all our Blood Echoes but takes us to safety. I've never actually found a reason to use that, just because the Blood Echoes are usually what I want, so I'd rather just take my chances. The Bold Hunter's Mark, by comparison, is you go back to the Hunter's Dream, but you don't lose any of your Blood Echoes. If you're in a bad place and you've got a low Blood Echoes, that's my recommendation. Use that. Anyway, let's take care of all the people around here. So we've got a half beast over here. Like I said, he's got a bit of health. I'm not too good at predicting his attack, so I'm not really going to try all that much. Wow, he's actually got a lot more health than I remember. No, wait. That is just nice. Oil urns. Now, you might notice I picked up some Molotovs earlier. If you don't know what a Molotov is, it's a short way of saying Molotov cocktail. Now, scales with strength and arcane. I'd assume because you can't really equip anything on it, it mostly scales with arcane. Now, I haven't really needed to use those for a while, and I'm probably not going to use them until we get to the Blood-Starved Beast later on. But if you do use Molotovs, if possible, hit them with an oil urn first, because it will do a bit more damage. Also, if you're using a weapon that's imbued with fire, fire-type blood gem, I can also thoroughly recommend you using the oil urn first, as it will enhance that damage just a smidge. Now, there should be a dude who's going to shoot us around here. Where is he, you bastard cunter? Ah, there he is, right. Let's go. Leroy! Alright, so we got through there without getting shot, that's always nice. Now out there we're going to find another couple of we're going to find another couple of dudes who are going to shoot us, but we're also going to find another one of those guys in the spear stake things. Wasn't expecting to hit that hard, to be honest, but all's fair in love and war, I guess. Again, physical attacks is very handy for getting the back. Now, there's really nothing too much to say about Orgianum that I haven't already. Well, not Orgianum, I should say. There's nothing really to say about this place that I haven't already said. But if you go through the next, here's the next part here. From memory serves, there's going to be 2 people who can shoot us, and 1 dude with a stake. Now, I'm kind of hoping that that hasn't changed too much, because it killed me a fair few times the first time I came through. Now, I'm going to have to... I've heard that sort of beep again I heard last time, where I had to tab out. I just want to make sure we're still recording, because I don't want to go through another hour of this and be like, oh, fuck, we didn't record that, and I lost the boss fight and the rest of it. So just bear with me a moment. I'll go pretty quiet, and we'll see if I can't edit the sound in post. Alright, I don't know what that sound is, but apparently it's not affecting the recording, so I'll probably still try to check it every now and then and just make sure everything's still hunky-dory, but I'll see if I can't edit them out wherever I can. Now, out through here, we should have 1 guy, 2 guy, and someone who's going to try and stab us later on. Now, if you want my opinion, take out one of these dudes, and then run like hell. Because the dude with the stake's going to chase you. Now, I would rather not face them with range support if I can, so I try to lure back here, somewhere that I've got an advantage. Might not be the greatest advantage in the world, but I've got an advantage on it. It's much easier to face things like that when you don't have to worry about a ranged attacker at all. Now, as you probably saw, that said 24 blood vials from the corner there. In standard game, you'll only actually start with 20. But eventually you'll get a runic tool if you go looking for it that will let you keep a few more blood vials on you. You can also up your quick bullet rate. There's another one that will give you more blood echoes. They're very, very handy. At the outset of the game, you don't need to worry too much because it's more of a mid-game item, I'd say. Don't get me wrong, you can get it early, very early start of the mid-game, but it is more of a mid-game item. So off the bat, you don't need to worry about it too much. We'll work through the runes a little bit later. I think you keep... Pretty sure you keep all your workshop tools, so I might even be able to show you some runes next time we head to the Hunter's Dream. Now down there's the sewer system we're going to take a quick trip into a bit later on, or at least one half of it. But to start with, run up here, we'll take a look, see if there are any items that need grabbing. I think there are. Should be some crows around here too that we can kill off. There we are. Always good for the XP. Now, I do believe I saw an item. Yep, so we're going to try and drop onto that, I'd wager, before we... At some point or another, I'm going to try and drop onto that to pick it up. There's probably other stuff down there that I can't see from where I am. We'll see what we can do about that. So here is the... Alright, so that's definitely a trap. Now, that part there is the ladder that you can see that I'm currently looking at with my character. I'll see if I can get him to point at it in case your monitor isn't quite up to it. But right over there, that ladder is a shortcut that's going to lead us back to... Wait, is that ladder the shortcut or is the other one? That might not be the ladder I'm thinking of, actually. But I do know it leads us back up top. I think it'll give us a little bit of a shortcut. But I'm not 100% sure now. Kind of second guessing myself. Anyway, let's head over the other side and we'll take a look for the other stuff. And then we'll drop down, grab that item and move on. Now we can hear stuff moving. So there we go. Like I said, I've never actually had that one of those break and just give me an item. But they are, more often than not, hiding shit behind them. It's not a guarantee, you always smash it, you'll find stuff, but it's a good rule of thumb if there's that if there's a lot of crates around, there's usually either a secret path or an item hiding behind some of them. So we're going to see if we can drop onto this. Oh, thank Christ, that was a good shot. As you guys can probably tell, there's no way to go but down from here. So we're going to drop down. We know that that's our continuation right there. So we'll snap pebbles. So we'll grab that. We'll go up here. We'll take a look around. Now I know for a fact that most of the bodies down there are not really dead. They're just playing dead, as you can probably tell, just by trying to target something. But I'd probably just a couple of Molotov at them. Now we could go up here, but we're not going to start with. We're going to run back in the other direction. And the reason for that is I want to check out what else is up there, because I know that some things have changed. The enemies clearly have more health. I haven't really seen new attack patterns yet. That might have been bullshit, but the enemies are clearly stronger than they were. Now those are giant. Now there was some giant rats over there. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I just wanted to quiet up. See if I can tell what it was. That's a dead end. Alright, so it looks like there's just the giant rats. Now, turn in here. The place we were before when we were walking around on the rafters, that's the bottom of this. But that's the top of this, I should say. Now, you got some wrecked boats. What we're really looking for is giant rats up at the end. Now, you can see a fair few of them down here, but they're certainly not the only giant rats. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but up the top there are more giant rats. Now, these guys will usually drop throwing knives, Madman's Knowledge, all that good stuff. Now, I don't think there's actually a way for me to climb back up there from here. I think I've actually got to go up to the next level and drop down a little bit. We might do that later, we might not. I haven't quite decided yet. Anyway, we'll run through here. La-da-da. That's a pebble. That's not going to pick that up. Now, this is actually the way we need to go. Like, later on when we're going towards Gascoigne, we need to go down there. Up there on the other side has a few items. If you can see the one that I'm mostly looking towards now, it's almost directly in front of my character and where the screen's pointing. There's also an ambush there. It gives you hunter attire though, so if you don't want to spend blood echoes on it and you can make it to that point, picking that up is not bad. Now, we could drop down here and continue on to the boss. We're not going to. We're going to run around and we're going to go to that part over there. If you want to take a look over there. I do believe going up this way, or maybe to, I don't know which one, but also will give us a shortcut, as well as an item to use against Gascoigne, and that's always handy. With bosses, again, just like everything else, you want to get your hands on every last scrap of advantage you're capable of getting your hands on. Now, I've got a few pros on. I don't know if you heard that. Looks like it. haven't been using the left arm. I haven't been using the L2, but that's the trigger for L2. The straight slash down. Even if you half hit it, it's still that. The R2 is still that. If I hold it the whole time, it goes from the right with a bit of a longer reach. If I go from that one, I go from the left with a shorter reach without charging it up. Now, being over here, I'm not sure if we can actually talk to anyone inside of that, but considering it's leading us upward, I'm pretty sure this leads towards the shortcut and the person I was thinking of. If you're wondering who I'm thinking of, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but basically it's someone who can help us with this point. And it's a pretty bit of significant help. It's not an insignificant piece of help they can give us. Grab that. I don't think I can talk to anyone up here. Sorry if you just heard some sort of weird noise from the back of my throat. I've got some allergies at the moment, so it's probably affecting my voice a bit.
Wretched out trying to fool me, heavens to death.
Yeah, most people in Yharnam, as I've said, are either insane or fucking tosspods. Seriously, everything's trying to kill me. Let me in. That being said, considering that people turn into the things trying to kill you, you can kind of understand why they're being complete jackasses. Yes, this is what I was thinking of. So inside that window is the saddest quest chain in this entire city. But they're going to help us with Father Gascoigne pretty fucking significantly.
Are you? I don't know your voice. Are you a hunter? I just really look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and I'm all alone. Really? My mum, it's so... Oh, and if you find Mum, it plays when Daddy forgets us, we play Mum says. My mum wears it. Oh, and leaves.
Alright, so yeah, that is the beginning of basically the fucking saddest quest in this entire game. But that music box is very handy. You might see the... if you go through the whole thing, I'll give you guys a minute to read it. That should be enough. Or at least close to it. You can see the bottom has two names, Viola and Gascoigne. So if you use this music box while you're fighting Father Gascoigne, who is the first boss, or I shouldn't say the first boss, he's the first story boss, and you can pop this music box out and it will actually make him sort of stop for a couple of minutes. No, not even a couple of minutes, but a few seconds and let you wail on him a bit. It's a nice way of giving yourself a bit of an edge. Now, we know this dude knows we're here, so we're not going to waste our time. We're going to shank this motherfucker today. Something to remember about Bloodborne, if you've got the health for it, you're afraid to trade. If you don't have the health for it, back off and heal. The reason I'm saying... Oh, wow, okay, that was really poor planning on my part, but the reason I said don't be afraid to trade is you can always get a lot of your health back. So, as long as you've got the health for it, it's not the worst decision in the world to stand there and trade with somebody. With that said, if you don't know what stuns or staggers them, it's not a great choice. R2 will stagger a lot of people, but some things get staggered more by quick attacks, other things will get staggered more by transform their weapons. It's a matter of figuring out what you're going to be working with and against. Now, these guys also have a dude with a gun, so I'm going to be pretty close. They also got a dog, and the dog by itself is really active, but it is going to be annoying if it can actually hit me. I'm going to let it run. Oh, crap. I love that close combat for me without getting me. Now, the gun dude is the last dude I need to take care of. There we are. Now, heading up those stairs is going to get us back to the bridge that we were at before. So, as you can see, we're running back from the bridge. Again, it's a nice bridge, nothing special. So, back down here, I don't think there's much we can look at, really. Any items? Not really. So, we've got two werewolves up ahead. Now, we can take them one at a time or both at once. I'm feeling a little bit, I'm going to heal up. I'm going to see if I can take both at the same time. Now, this kid is probably going to end really poorly if you're... Oh, shit, yeah, these guys... This is going to end fucking really poorly for me. But, they're always chasing these guys. If I die here, I might even show you that. Just, you know, shits giggles. Alright, sweet. Now, as you can see, let's crack the second one. We do not want to be locked in a corner with these things. Trust me on that. Ow. Now, I've also got to worry about the giant behind us. I don't... Wait, no, I don't think we can... Oh shit, oh shit! Alright, so we're going to go down there. Our blood echo is going to be there. It's not a big deal. Now, thanks to the... I'm sorry if that keeps popping up, guys. It's, the recording... Well, not the recording software I'm using, but I'm using, PS4 Remote Play and a screen recording app. And basically, each time I hit the mouse by accident, it's just popping that up. I do apologize. So... If you're playing the game for the first time, I don't recommend going those walls, to be honest. I recommend bypassing them. Now, like I said, there are ways of cheesing them. I'll probably show you the cheese where I can. Actually, give me a second. I'm just swap my weapon over to this, because I'm going to do a lot more damage. Significantly more, as you can see. Not exactly surprising, because it's a plus 10 weapon, and plus 10 weapon, and I've spent a lot more time upgrading it than I have any other, you know, area. But it'll give me a much easier way of fighting the, much easier way of fighting those guys. Now, as you can see, it does significantly more damage than the scythe I was using earlier. Again, I've got a shit ton more points into strength. It's got better blood gems equipped into it. It's just all over a much better weapon. Speaking of which, I'm going to need to head back and get blood gems for that scythe a little later. Now, you can see this dude's got glowing eyes. That means that my blood echoes that I drop when I die have basically become him, or have become part of him. If I kill him, I get his blood echoes and I get my originals back. So they won't always just be hanging there for you to find. Now we're going to go to the wolves again. We're going to go in there with a big old fuck-off sword this time. Like I said, I don't recommend fighting these guys in your first playthrough. I recommend going around until you've found some better weapons or you've got a plan. Now, the one thing you need to keep in mind about the Holy Moonlight Sword that I'm using is that, despite for all its looks, it actually does have one major downside. And for all the power it's got one major downside. Its L2 and R2 attacks use up Quicksilver bullets. So that's kind of a major thing. Now I'm going to swap my weapon back over, give me a moment here. Back to the Burial Blade. The only reason I swapped it out to that was just so that I could run through those guys nice and quick. I do want to try and keep this here, but that's one of the things New Game Plus is great for. If you fuck up once, you can go back to something you know works and get the job done. We're going to head down here. Now there's a few things that we can see from up here. We've got a little bit of a shortcut back down. If we want to drop in, we can take these guys out again. I don't really see the point in that, to be honest with you. Now, it looks like there's nothing else here, but that's not entirely true. One, we've got this item here, Bloodstone Shard, which will help you upgrade, you know, up to +3, which is something to look forward to. Also, the wolves that we killed a little bit earlier, if you're insane and you want to cheese them, or you want to do something like that, and I will show you that cheese before we fight Gascoigne, I think. But if you want to cheese them, there is a, I don't know if it's a rare drop or just an uncommon drop, but they do drop those same Bloodstone Shards, so it is fully possible for you to get a +3 weapon before you fight the first boss. Now, if you don't know why I'm smashing that, it's because that's a straight drop down. I don't particularly want to lose all my health. We go over here, we drop down to the next level. All good. We're going to drop into the other side of that, we're going to drop into the other side of the, what's what I'm looking for here? Of the sewers. Now, there are a few things we need to remember. Like, we usually want to clear out the top before we clear out anything else. We're going to drop attack this guy if we can. He knows we're here, but he can get one. Thankfully, the hit track is pretty short. Usually that's a downside. Usually it just makes my life harder, but every now and then you can drop attack right behind you. It's actually pretty cool. Now, there are giant rats below us. I know there's another dude over there. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, this guy's gonna realize we're here pretty soon. You guys are wondering why I'm attempting to visceral attack him. One, he's got more health than the other guy, and two, I find him a lot more annoying. So I'm trying to sort of shortcut my ability to kill him. Now, this is gonna be a bit easier. I do like the reach the Burial Blade's got. It's got similar reach to the Holy Moonlight Sword when it's transformed, which is nice. Might actually have a bit more reach. I don't know if it has more reach than the Threaded Cane, because I know that's one of the longer weapons in the game, but I imagine it's got comparable reach. Now, we're going to drop down here. If you listen closely, you can hear a beast breathing. That's usually one of the ways you can tell you're about to walk into an ambush. That's what the ambush is. Let me grab this and I'll point it out. If you guys can see over there, we'll walk a little bit further, you'll be able to see it. There's a guy right there. Now, the idea is you walk out, you see this opening, you're probably going to keep your eye there. He smacks you from the side. We're not going to let that happen. Now, we also have a giant rat that I missed, and that guy's probably going to get drawn by the sound. We're going to keep moving that fast. Nope. Okay, good. Give me gumdrops. We head up here, and this guy's going to come at us straight away. Now, I know I don't talk too much during combat, and that's mostly because I'm trying to keep my mind on the job. Because, don't get me wrong, I like Bloodborne, I like to think I'm fairly good at it, but there's also the thing that every enemy can mess your day right the hell up. So you don't want to split your concentration too much. Now, right here, see, we get the Hunter's Garb, Hunter's Gloves, Hunter's Trousers. If you're wondering what I'm wearing at the moment, I'm pretty sure I'm wearing the Yharnam Hunter's Garb. Hunter hat. No, I might even be wearing that. Alright, I'm wearing the Hunter's Garb sans cape. So if you look in here, that one has a cape. Mine doesn't have a cape. I just prefer the way that this one looks. Other than that, I do believe it's exactly the same outfit. I also have doll clothes, so I can dress up like the doll. Who knows? Maybe I'll run around as a tranny hunter or something. I don't know. I didn't make up some fucked up monstrosity on my thing, either. If you have a look at Bloodborne's character creator, you can make pretty fucked up characters, and you can dress them up in just ridiculous ways. Now, Sir Douchington has a monocle, which is why he's called Sir Douchington. But if I take off I'll take off his shirt. I think that's the one. I think that's what gives the thing. Give me a second here. Take that off. Nope, it's the hat. Well, now you got a shot of my dude's rather pathetic body, actually. Hunter Garb on. Give me a second. Go back to here. Take off the hunter hat. As you can see, he's also got the mustache, the beard. He looks like a douche. He's a Sir Douchington. That is Sir Douchington to you. At any rate, you know, there's no restriction on clothing in Bloodborne. If I wanted to, I can run around in a doll's outfit. I can go down here. I can give myself a bonnet. I can give myself a shawl, a robe. I can give myself some pretty little gloves and some pretty little skirt. There's no restriction on items. Like if you want to make a man and run around as a woman, that's fine. And you want to make a woman run around dressed up. I was about to say dressed up like a man, but honestly, with the exception of the doll's attire, I'm pretty sure every single thing that's here is basically a unisex outfit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, there's no... Outside of the doll stuff, I actually don't think there's anything stereotypically womanly about any of the actual outfits you can find. Maybe I just haven't found the outfit. I don't know. Sorry, that's just taking me back. Ariana was an NPC that you need to get the true ending, and when I did the attack that was meant to take care of just the thing next to her, actually I clipped her too and killed her. It's a bit of a personal failing though. Ow, fuck. There's one thing I do like about most of Yharnam's armors. It's actually very much... They're not... I think the word video gamey can actually be used here. They're not stereotypically video gaming. Like they're purposely built to do something. If I run back here just for a moment, give me a second. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk, but give me a second. I just want to make a point. But if you take a look at it, there's nothing video gamey about this. It's a long coat. It's going to keep you warm on a winter's night, or whatever fucking season it is. I assume winter. It's nice pants. It's sturdy boots. It's got a bit of armor on the hands to stop your tendons getting cut. It's got, you know, something to hold your It's got something to hold your gun. It's a functional outfit, is what I'm saying. Now, I know women usually get the short stick in most games and get fucking, you know, a defensive outfit that's basically a fucking bikini and thong. But my friend of mine who I play a little bit of co-op with is playing a woman. Nothing wrong. Sorry, I've sort of stumbled over that. He's playing as a woman in his game, and honestly, there is no difference to the attire at all. Like, it's exactly the same. It's still functional, which, in my opinion, is how it should be. Because nothing breaks my immersion more than being told, you know, oh, this person is a badass warrior. Now let's dress her in a fucking chainmail bikini. It's like, okay, well, the practicality of that is dumb as fuck. Bloodborne keeps it much more, you know, this is a practical outfit for doing a job that is fucking dangerous, and you need a practical outfit for. Thank you, that actually raises my immersion by a fair bit. Now, if you're wondering why they're not using actual armor, besides the fact that, you know, it's set in Victorian London, there is actually a legitimate reason for that. And that's apparently that the beasts that you're fighting are just that strong and that fast that, armor as a whole is more or less. Not to say that it doesn't help a bit, it does. Like, there's a reason that you've got armored, your hands are partially armored to avoid getting counter-attacked. But basically, the idea behind the lore is that full armor would weigh you down that much, the beast would just tear you apart. So you're safer wearing a light clothing that enhancing blows and keeping you mobile than you are in a set of plate. Now there are some armor sets that take that from the other direction, and they go, alright, well, you know, we're going to incorporate a bit more armor into this. I'm pretty sure it's the Canehurst set that does that, but honestly, I do like the fact that the choice of attire is justified by the lore. It's not just, oh, you know, this looks cool, so we gave you this. It's, okay, this is a practical outfit for a practical job, because it's fucking dangerous, and here's the reason why it's practical. Okay, I can get behind that. That's good, that raises immersion for me. Now, as you can see, that's where we were before. Now, I could just teleport back there by going back up the ladder, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the long way down. We're going to drop here, we're going to drop off to here, and there we are. Now, I mentioned these guys were alive earlier, so you're about to see that firsthand, I suspect. That is a trap to make you try and grab that item. For your sake, don't fall for it. These guys don't do the most damage in the world, don't get me wrong, but they can still wreck your day if you're unprepared. Never get me wrong, any enemy in this game can do a thoroughly excellent job of wrecking you shit if you're unprepared. Ow, ow. That's what the item is, I'm actually not sure. I don't remember what it is. Either that means it's a fairly good item that I've forgotten about, or it's a shitty item put there specifically to trap you. You can stay behind these guys, they've basically got no attacks if you run straight behind them, so... Quick silver bullets. Okay, handy items. These guys you can stun them with attacks. I'm not sure whether or not you can stun them in the ordinary form, but you can quite obviously do it in the transform. Now, as far as I know, no one's ever actually found an illusionary wall anywhere in the base game. I'm probably still going to hit shit just because no one's found it yet doesn't mean it exists. The enemy that people found, I think, near the end of last year. Like, yeah, there was one enemy that we saw in the trailer that, oh shit. That no one had ever found before. It had been a little over 2.5 years, I think, before someone found this thing. So I'll probably hit some walls. It might look like a little noise to me, just on the off chance that maybe there's something I haven't found yet. Now, something else about Bloodborne that I want you guys to keep in mind is, I'm gonna have to figure out which fucking note that is. Keep an eye up. If something looks like it's a clear shot somewhere else, my advice is look up. Because a lot of times, things that are going to try to kill you will try to hide in the dark if they're keeping on here. Head out. Now, there's actually at the end of this tunnel, the tunnel coming up, I do believe, there's an enemy which we don't have to fight, but we're going to. Partially because it's going to be good for our EXP, and partially because I don't like it. As you can see, these guys, while they are, they're not to be taken lightly because they are Bloodborne enemies and every enemy in Bloodborne. But they're not the most dangerous enemies in the game by a long shot. Which is good because it gives you a good chance to take your time with them. You don't have to try and rush anything. Now, if we head up... Sorry, keep taking it, guys. I didn't know my advice there. I didn't just love me. Now, you can see the shadow at the end of that. Now, that shadow is an enemy, naturally. When you run towards it, it's going to basically... It's a giant pig. It's going to squeal at you. You do not want to start running in the opposite direction or stop dead when that happens, because it's going to charge down that hallway and either kill you in one shot or take a lot of health off. Your best bet when that happens is to keep running forward and go around it when you enter the room it's in. Now, again, we're going to kill this thing, 1 for the XP and 2 because I hate it. I'm going to pick up some speed, and here we go. As soon as that happens, you want to get around that thing. Wow. It does have wide-ranging attacks. It does have some wide-ranging attacks, guys. You do not want to underestimate the stalker. There are a couple of reasons to kill it. Firstly is that there's magic in it. I don't know if it'll give me the badge because I've already done it before, but Cold Blood do. I don't think it will. Yeah, look, I think it was with the guy who had Cold Blood do, but there's the Saw Hunter's badge, and basically what badges will do is they give you access to new items in the Hunter's Dream. In the case of the Saw Hunter's badge, which you'll find here, it basically gives you access to, I think it's all the basic hunter weapons. So you get, that's the bottomless pit, I'm not even trudging that, but it basically gives you access to a lot of different weaponry that you otherwise wouldn't get your hands on. It gets you the hunter's axe, the saw cleaver, and the threaded cane. There are a lot of other badges that will get you access to other things. We're going to try and get all of them this playthrough so I can say that I've got all of the stuff and hopefully get the platinum trophy. Now, there's another reason I went through there, and that's this shortcut here, because it'll take me to behind a lot of enemies. It also serves as a good way to actually get your hands on being able to take out that pig a little in advance, for lack of a better term. Now, if I do that, there's a whole bunch of enemies down there that are about to die. Despite the fact I'm doing it very slowly, it's something to remember with the stamina management. Just try to leave enough to at least one dodge in the enemy. I'm pretty fucking poor at it, as this is proving, but... Are you kidding me? Did that somehow miss people? Sorry, it was a giant flaming ball of death. I figured it would have killed all of them. Apparently not. Fuck, you guys avoid that. Right, looks like doing that upgrade to the site really has paid off. It's hurting them a lot more than I used to. Now, you can can see this part here where this is. Now that leads back down to just before the tunnel that we ran down to kill the pig. So if you would like to engage these guys, you run up here, you get close, there'll be, all of them will start charging at you, you fight them for a bit, and then they'll light that giant flaming ball of death on fire. When that happens, you want to run, get into cover, and just let the flaming ball do the heavy lifting, then take out the stragglers. Now you guys are going to see that in a minute, because I'm going to fuck off to the Hunter's Dream and spend those blood echoes. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was a shortcut near those two giants. This is it. Hit this thing, you go upstairs, boom, this opens up, and now you're at the area with the two giants. A lot of the shortcuts do become interconnected, I won't lie. Anyway, let's hope we can have a good day with these guys like we did last time, where they stay really close to each other and we can double shot them with heavy attacks. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case though. Something to always keep in mind is try never to get greedy. Don't get me wrong, it's going to happen. It happens to everybody. It happens to me, it will happen to you. But you can avoid it if you keep in mind that, you know, it doesn't matter how you kill them as long as they die, you're usually going to be in a good place. Get two of those off, and then get one more. So yeah, as long as you keep in mind that, you know, as long as it kills them, it's good, you're basically in the clear. I'm going to transform that out, because I'm going to have to run back through that house we went through earlier. No wait, sorry, I'm not going around the house we went through earlier, my bad. I could have gone back to the house. Now, we've got a fair bit of, we've got a fair whack of EXP here, so we're going to head back to the Hunter's Dream and do some leveling up. Talk to Gilbert, because Gilbert's awesome.
Yes, but the Great Bridge is enduring the hunt. You could try the aqueduct. There's a rather, how shall I put it, colourful area. Aside from there, an aqueduct leads to the cathedral ward. Not a place you'd normally want. I don't imagine you have much, do you?
Anyway, Gilbert's good like that. If you've searched a few places, for example, you know, after you fight the cleric beast, go back there and be like, yeah, it's closed. He can at least give you some advice on where to go next, at least initially. I'm not sure if he keeps doing it, because I skipped him for a couple of bosses. Now, like I said, the doll wanders around, so let's see if we can find her to start with. Now, that's actually fairly significant, but we'll discuss that later.
Welcome. What is it? Very well.
Now, how many level ups am I going to get? I get one level up out of that. Okay. As you can see, this is going to be a long process. Alright, we're still at the same. Is German back? Nope, German's still fucked off somewhere. Nowhere, don't care where. Now then, what else we got? No, doesn't look like he's going to be here. So, oh, sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyway, we'll use this. Ah, fuck. Sorry, you guys have to suffer through one, maybe two loading screens. I say one, maybe two, because I'm hoping I can cut the second one out if I work out how to use the goddamn editing tool properly. I make no guarantees on that. Editing has never been my forte. Probably never will be my forte. I can only really do simple stuff with editing, like, you know, cutting things and sticking them together. I'm not sure whether or not I'll ever get good enough to do more than that. I'm not sure I really need to get better. I'm not sure I really need to learn how to do more than that, to be honest. Now then, we're going to go to Central Yarn, because that's going to be the fastest way to get to the boss fight. You guys are going to see the strategy I mentioned a little bit earlier in action, whereby we can, you know, get the Flaming Ball of Death to do a heavy lifting on those guys that we had to kill a little bit later on. Now, something else we're going to be doing is, I said there was a way to cheese the werewolves, and I will actually show that to you, just in case you're looking to grind out bloodstone shards to upgrade your weapon. we're gonna keep this this recording going until we've beaten Gascoigne. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully this doesn't turn into like a 3 hour thing. Depending on how many times Gascoigne kills me will depend on how long this thing is, because I might just compile my probably litany of deaths at his end for the blooper reel. If I can do that. I don't know. Try and get my hands like I don't know what the song's called. I know what it sounds like. Oh, that's World 3. If I can get my hands on it, that wouldn't be a bad thing to Ow. Run back through here, take this down. Like I said, shortcuts are awesome. I don't know how much Gascoigne's going to give us EXP wise, but I suspect it'll be significant enough to get 1 or 2 level ups. Now, like I mentioned, there is a way to cheese these guys. Oh crap! Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back upstairs for a second. That's gonna run me straight into the boss fight, and I actually want to show you how to cheese those. Run through here. The house that we bypassed, that's where you want to go. Now, on the top level, you've got that door that leads out to the bridge where the wolves are. That's where you're going to cheese it. We run in here, take this dude out. I'll take out wheelchair. Damage. So yeah, I imagine when I get my skill up to, you know, whatever it ends up being, it'll do pretty consistent. I doubt it'll ever do the same amount of damage, because I feel like strength weapons have a higher value. Make up for the fact that skill weapons have more visceral. Now, heading up here, how you cheese them is very, very simple. Take out this dude. One combo because he's weak as fuck. Get their attention. Oi, you cunt. Come on. Oh, fuck it. There we go. That's what it's. Now run like a bitch. You want to run right down here. Right through here and turn around. They can't make it through that door. But they will stay there. Keep in mind, however, just because they can't make it through the door does not mean their attacks are stuck by the same animation. Their attacks do still have a fair bit of reach to them. But because of their AI, I think I'd call it pathfinding, they will actually continue attacking you through this. So all you gotta do is wait a little bit, hit them, step back, wait a little bit, they'll come back to you, charge up out R2, step back. It's, again, it's cheese, guys. It's not particularly interesting to do, but it's safe and it's effective. I'm not going to stand here and be like, oh, you know, it's the greatest idea ever. It's honestly the most important way to this fight. Bar none. This is easily the most important way to take out the boss. It is also it's also hands down the fucking safest way to do it. Because as long as you keep your distance and you charge up R2s and smack them back a little bit, you basically won't be killed. Now, with that said, some of their attacks, like I said, will go through the door. So keep your distance and pick your moments, guys. You don't want to get overconfident, even if you're using a cheese. Now, we go to that whole rolling ball of death thing. Down here. We'll change our size out to its smaller form, because we're really not going to need the large one for this next bit, at least until we get to the big guy. Now, the closer we get to the letter, to this part here, in my opinion, set that giant ball. As soon as that happens, you get the fuck out of there. Mighty for Elko, dive into it. Now that should have killed at least one or two of them. Or apparently. You know, for the purpose of demonstration, that really fucks me up. With that said, however, it's probably not the worst thing that happens. So let's make the point that, you know, just because it can work doesn't necessarily mean it always will. Now then, if you want to know what else you're going to be fighting before you hit Gascoigne, it's actually not all that much. I think you've got the big guy, the little guy, and 2 other dudes. And I think it's 4 people, and then you hit him. Now, I don't know how well my fight against him is going to go. I suspect I'll probably get smeared across the fucking pavement for the first couple of times. But I actually don't know. Sorry about shutting up there, I was a little afraid I was muting. I kind of feel like the L2 should bypass his shield, to be honest. Because, I mean, his shield's up in front of his chest, and this is right down his head. I kind of feel like I should bypass it. Anyway, another point. We're running through here, we go up there, there'll be 2 dudes on our right. Now, if you can approach them fairly quietly from behind, you can get off your strong R2 before the fight actually starts. We're going to try for that. No guarantee it's going to work, we're going to try for it. There we go. Once that's done, you got a couple of... You can fight him here, there's nothing wrong with that. Or you can head back downstairs and fight him in a bit more of an open area. I've got a preference on that. As far as Bloodborne goes, in my opinion, fight people where you're comfortable fighting them. Just because that the game goes head-to-head doesn't mean you have to fight the enemy in that way. Always lure them somewhere else, and take advantage of more terrain or things like that. The only people you really can't get away with on that one are the bosses. Because them you kind of have to fight inside their bosses. You don't really get a choice. So now I've got all of that, I'm going to heal up. Now this puts us here. Now Gascoigne's boss fight is prefaced by a cutscene. One of the only cutscenes in the game. Now, hopefully I did manage to edit in Bloodborne's beginning animation into the start of the last video. If not, then I'm sorry about that. But basically this will be the second, this should be the second cutscene in the game, more or less. Now, I've heard that ding again. I don't really think it's anything, but I am going to check it. I should be able to cut this out in post, but just bear with me, please. I've honestly got no idea what that fucking sound is, but, you know, better safe than sorry, I guess. Now, straight through here is Gascoigne's boss fight. Now, if you guys have anything else you need to do, that would be the time to do it before you walk in there, because you are probably going to get splattered at least once. Now, if you want my opinion on the best way to fight him, because I'm not going to be able to talk much during it, I guarantee you that, because he will fucking steamroll me if I try. Riposting is very, very important. At the start of the fight, he'll be fighting you with the Hunter's Axe and a blunderbuss. Not in the way you guys understand it, though. His blunderbuss fires as quickly as a fucking pistol and has better spread, along with, I'm pretty sure, better range, which makes me question why the fuck everyone doesn't have those. But other than that, he's going to start very much like you would, one-handed weapon and his blunderbuss. When you get him down to, I think it's about a third, maybe a bit. When you're taking off about a third of his health, maybe a little bit more, he'll drop the blunderbuss and use the axe in 2 hands, giving him a bit more range and a bit more power. And if you can get him down to about a third left of his health, he'll transform into like a half beast and give himself a bit more speed and a whole new moveset. So, things to keep in mind, right?
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Those in glass houses should not throw stones, motherfucker. And like I said, this is going to be a pretty difficult fight on the outset. You want to use the tombstones where you can. to avoid fire and counter when he uses his axe wherever possible. Use the tombstones, use the trees, get shit between you and him. Ow. And you might have noticed getting fucking cut by him hurts. Ow. Also, some tombstones won't let you block everything. I kind of feel like that one's fucking... Oh shit, that hurt. Wow, alright, I'm in a bad place. I'm in a very fucking bad place right now. Fuck, 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 fuck. Distance, 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 distance. Stay back, you crazy bastard. Like I said, guys, visceral attacks are very important, especially this phase of the fight. When that happens, get in there and get some free shots off. Get one or two of them. I'm not sure if that works all the time, so please keep that in mind. I think it might work. I don't know if it works all the time, or only works once per bit of the phase or not. Alright, when you get that, that's when it'll start heading more towards,
Sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
There we go. I'm not sure if his hunter's axe is actually the same as yours or a little bit different, to be honest with you. I think it might be a slightly different design, but it uses most of the same attack, so... Stay with your own salt. I'm gonna go for some blood bullets. And a heal. Ow. I actually didn't realize that he kept using them. I wasn't actually aware he kept using the blood boss in this stage. That's why I forgot about that. As you can see, visceral attacks are pretty fucking important. Ow. Alright, distance, 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 distance. So fuck, 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 fuck! As you can see, I'm using the Gravehead cover at the moment, Graveshead cover. That is not going to be a permanent thing. When he turns into a beast, that is going to evaporate very, very quickly. He will smash those motherfuckers. And that relief attack is the bane of my fucking. What's worse is locking onto him becomes really difficult. As you can see, he turns into a bit of a half-beast. If you can land a few of those viscerals, I recommend it heartily. Low health or... Yep, low health. I cannot tell you how fucking lucky I was. Oh, I can't believe I did that first time again. Oh boy. Alright, now as you can see, that one spawned us a lantern. We click that bad boy. That's going to give us access to this part from now on. So that's basically the end of the first story boss. Now, we could go back to the Hunter's Dream, but we're not actually going to. We're going to run forward a little bit further before we go back there and we finish off. And the reason being that I have some bad news for people. If you thought that little girl's mother was coming back, I have to tell you you're dead wrong. I'm sorry. Because, that's her. I'm sorry. Now, the Gascoigne's dead. We have a few options. We're gonna run forward to the Cathedral Ward lamppost, because honestly, it's not that far, and I don't think there's actually any enemies between us and it. Then we'll head back to the Hunter's Dream, do a level up, and we'll basically call it there for the day, I think. Let me run around this. We'll go through here. Upstairs. Also, we're going to need to go see Yusef again, so I'm going to try and save everybody that we can, despite most of them being massive hotspots. Now, in the first... Sorry, one second. Bergamot Spider hides all manners of rituals and keeps our lost master from us a terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Okay, look, that becomes important a little bit later on. Keep that in mind. Now, I'm pretty sure this one had the blood gem tool in it, but since I've already got that, I think it's going to give me Madman's knowledge. Or cold blood. Okay. Head up the stairs, nothing to worry about. You open this and you hit the chapel, I'm pretty sure. So, considering this isn't an in-game, this is an in-game engine for this particular shot, would you guys call this a cutscene or not? So I'm not sure whether or not that brings our cutscene total to 12, sorry not 12, cutscene total to 3 or not, because it's not really a CG or anything, it's just an in-game engine thing. Anyway, here we are. Cathedral Ward. Now, weird beggar dude next to us is actually one of the nicest people in this entire game. Despite how fucking creepy he is your better option. Now, I'll explain better option next time. Anyway, have a quick chat with him.
Very sorry. Good. These hunts of everyone waiting for it to end. It always does, but it won't end nicely. Not this time. The screams of women folk. The stench of blood. Yarnum's done for. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here. They'll be safe here. Spread the word. If you wouldn't mind.
Despite how weird he appears, he is actually one of the nicest people in this entire game. Now, give me a second here. We're going to head back to the Hunter's Dream, and when we teleport back here, that's going to be basically it over for us. Now, I'm really just going to do a level up, so if you guys want to, if you guys want to close the video now, that's perfectly okay. There's not really much to do here besides grab that level up anyway. See how much we've got. Yep. Kind of what it goes. Thank you. I get one level up, okay. I'll go from 315 to 317. Alright, yep, I'll take that. I'm going to head back to Cathedral Ward. I think the only thing really left to talk about is just Cathedral Ward itself and sort of where we're going from here. Now, we'll probably do some invasions a bit later, I'd wager too. But, from where we are at the moment in Cathedral Ward, we're going to be heading outside to start with, but we're not going to be there too long. We're looking for a tomb. And inside that tomb is a lever, which is going to lead us down to Old Yarnum. Now, that's realistically where the next video is sort of going to be leading us into. We're going to be working our way through Old Yarnum. Now, we're not going to be able to make our way through there for a while, but, that's where we're going to start, so to speak. Now, this door here, when we're through Old Yarnum, is going to be open, and that's going to take us into the rest of the Cathedral Ward. But to start with, we're going to run around Cathedral Ward at the beginning of the next one. We're going to find Old Yarnum, get that done, and, that'll be our next video, I think. So, this has been Lenny from Bull in a China Shop. Thanks a lot for hearing me ramble on, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.